Major businesses are still recovering today from that widespread computer outage yesterday, and in some situations, operations may not be back to normal until Monday at the earliest.
We are now taking an in-depth look into the situation this morning. Joining us now live via Zoom is technology and cybersecurity expert Burton Kelso. Burton, thank you so much for waking up on this Saturday morning with us. Now let's begin with CrowdStrike. It's a company that many of us didn't know what they did, what they were, their name until yesterday. What exactly does CrowdStrike do?
Thanks, Howard. So CrowdStrike is an antivirus software, and it's probably one of the top products in the U.S. and I should say globally. But anyway, the purpose of CrowdStrike is to prevent cyber attacks from happening for servers and Windows workstations.
So some of these systems started coming back online yesterday. We saw that at airports, at hospitals, so many different organizations and businesses. But why is it taking so long for companies to completely get their systems back up and running?
Well, Jan, the problem with this CrowdStrike antivirus snafu is that it completely shut down Windows computers. Windows computers experienced what's called the blue screen of death. And when that happens, it's very hard to restore a Windows operating system back to its original settings. Also, you have to take in consideration, too, that the software that is used for hospitals and airlines needs to be reinstalled on Windows computers. And that process can take several hours per computer.
Does this tell you any vulnerabilities that we may be having in terms of all these businesses, including ours here, that runs off of these computers?
Well, Howard, one of the things that we have to take away from this is the fact that this is the reason why the U.S. banned sales of Kaspersky antivirus. It's very easy for antivirus snafu to take down computers because antivirus software gets deeply rooted into the Windows operating system. So if a country wanted to issue a cyber attack, they could do so through antivirus software, and we can see what the results of that could be.
It is frightening to see how wide of an impact this had. So with that said, what's being done to make sure something like this doesn't happen again?
Jen, that's a good question. It is hard to think about what could happen if this happens again. But I think one of the things that is going to occur is that before software updates are released into the wild, companies are going to have to take a better look to see whether it's a Windows update or an antivirus update to make sure that it's not going to cause computers to go haywire.
Is there any way for you to know at this point when perhaps everything will be returning back to normal, particularly looking at some of these banking systems and the airport systems?
Howard, that's a hard estimate to make because we're talking about millions of computers globally, and each company has their own IT department working on this, and depending on the amount of computers they have in-house and remote, it could take days before we see things return back to normal.
Burton Kelso with that insight. It's something we're going to be still talking about for days.
Absolutely. And we have engineers and IT experts here today for us, so on a Saturday morning. So, Burton, thank you very much, and try to enjoy the rest of your Saturday.
I will do that. Thank you, Jan and Howard.
All right. Take care.